Welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I am, of course, your host. Who else but The Natty Teacher? And today, we got a pull day, a pull session, our pull B session to be exact. So our second pull day of the week. Now, because of me attending one of my clients' shows this weekend, I actually have a little bit of a different schedule. So like this week, normally how I run it is push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull, legs, rest, start that cycle over, so it's like an 8-day training week with 2 rest days in there. That's how I kind of look at it. This week's a little different. Actually, if anything, it would be, I would say it's going to be more beneficial. It is a little bit more rest. So this week it's push, pull, legs, rest, push yesterday's session, and then pull today's session. And then we have a rest day tomorrow because tomorrow's event is an all-day thing. Like I will be up there, I probably won't be getting home till, pretty late into the evening. So it'll be push, pull, rest tomorrow, legs the next day, and then rest after that. So it's just one additional rest day this week. Again, absolutely no qualms with that whatsoever. I ain't mad at that at all. If anything, I think that will only be to my benefit to have that extra rest. So I'm, looking forward to it. It'll be nice. I've never attended a bodybuilding show and not competed. So it will be cool to actually just attend and watch and be able to evaluate and, just kind of see it from a different perspective. That'd be cool. So yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, so I got that going on tomorrow. But what does that pull session look like today? Well, a few tweaks, same exercises though. First exercise will still be our single arm cable rows, really drive that elbow in through the lat, all that kind of fun jazz. The only tweak that I will be adding to it, so to speak, is we're really going to try to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. I noticed that I'm not getting a ton of that forward, lengthened stretch, and then we're going to try to pull the elbow back ever so slightly further. This most likely means there will be a drop in the actual load we are using, so we're going to enhance our range of motion, trying to get a little bit more of the back involved, especially the lats, getting a deeper stretch, really controlling that contraction, and not just trying to yank back as much weight as we possibly can. Do I think there's anything inherently wrong with that? Not really, especially if you can still connect with the muscle well. I just feel like I've gotten to the point now where, again, like I talked about in my previous upload, and it happens every once in a while. And I would say this is you'd think you're taking a step back, but in reality, you're taking another couple steps forward, in my opinion. And that is resetting the logbook. And what I mean by that is actually taking time to be cognizant of the fact that it's like, okay, I've gotten really strong on this movement, but how can I progress this movement without continuing to just add more weight? How can I get even better in these ranges of motion? How can I get better within the actual movement pattern itself? How can I connect with the muscle I'm trying to hit even more so with this movement? And a lot of the times what you will need to do is, again, it's one of the reasons I like to record my sessions, is probably enhance your range of motion a little bit more, get a little bit more stretch, pull it back a little bit further. And a lot of times it's a load thing. So lately I've really been training in my top sets closer to 6 reps, which is great. Again, I put on some good strength. This is probably the strongest I've ever been as far as just overall. I would say just between all body parts, I would say this is probably the strongest I've ever been. But it's one of those things now where it's okay, let's use that strength and let's put that into cleaning up technique a little bit. Not going too crazy. It's not like I'm going to drop, 150 pounds off my row. Absolutely not. But a 20, 30 pound drop off of something that's, into the 200s, mid 200s, I should say at this point. Now, I think the last time I did, I was, single arm rolling 250 something pounds. And it's just the cable stack. It might sound like a lot. It's just the way the cable stack set up is. It's a pretty light cable stack. But regardless, it was heavy at that point for sure. So it was quite a bit of added weight as well. So now it's time to wash up a little bit, reset, and clean up that form, clean up that technique, and make the movement work even better for me and progress from there. Reset a little bit and get into those deeper ranges of motion, controlling the stretch a little bit more, pulling the weight further back a little bit more, and getting to the point where we are actually going to rebuild off of that. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's kind of the tweak I see with that. Not a whole lot more on top of that one. As far as tweaks go, nothing super crazy. Yeah, So the setup today, here's what we got. We have, again, those single arm cable rows. Then we'll move into our chest supported row, where we have more of that bicycle grip. So this, hands like this at about shoulder width and just essentially rowing through that mid upper back. Then we will have our close grip pull downs. After close grip pull downs, we will have our, am I pulling a blank here? Pull downs, or excuse me, pull throughs, lat pullovers, pull throughs, whatever you want to call them. And then we go into rear delts. After rear delts, we will move into our bicep work, which bicep work today is actually just going to be 4 sets of just regular cable curls, but we are actually going to do bilateral cable curls today. So if you like mixing it up, it's an exercise I haven't done in a while, and it sounded good. So instead of doing just like a single arm, unilateral cable curl, we're actually going to do bilateral, meaning using both arms at the same time. So that should be pretty cool. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, man. So that's the session. Oh, we do have a little bit of direct abdominal training afterwards as well. So that is what we're going to be looking at with the session. And yeah, I'm going to get in there. I'm only probably 30 seconds away from the gym at this point. So I'm going to get in there, get warmed up, get the back and arms and all that kind of fun stuff firing and get some blood flow going and all that. Now we'll catch you guys for the top set of those single arm cable rows coming at you right about now. All right, so to start us out in today's pull B session, we got some single arm cable rows. I tried to actually leave a little bit more on like the front end of these video clips today to show my setup as well, just to kind of give you an idea of how I actually get into the exercise itself. What you'll notice is a big difference between this and like a previous upload, if you go back to my other pull B sessions, is the stretch is way, way, way deeper, getting it really, really deep stretch, and then actually pulling the weight back further closer to at least parallel to the side of the body, if not actually behind the side of the body as well, driving that elbow way, way back through the lat. This felt really, really good. I actually didn't have to drop the weight too much, and we added quite a few more reps as well compared to my previous top sets. So again, right now, just to keep this structure clear, top sets are looking closer to 8 to 10 reps. I would say as close to 8 as possible. 8 or 9 kind of being that sweet spot, 10 being even better. And then back off sets are really nothing less than 10 to 12 right now. That is the spot for most exercises. Then we have a chest supported row here. The angle is not really super conducive, but I got to raise it up next time again. But again, essentially just driving that weight back, have those elbows in a slightly tucked position, not too tucked, but in a more tucked position. This is again more tailored towards that mid upper back. Really adding that density, ton of resistance on this bad boy. Not yanking and cranking, but at the same time, we ain't afraid to use a little bit of momentum as well. I don't have like a chest supported T-bar row or anything like that. This is about the best that I can do, to be honest. So that's what I do. Then got a neutral grip pull down. You can see on the first rep, I always make sure I bring that weight down. Now we're controlling that stretch on the way up, and we're pulling down, essentially trying to eliminate as much, if not all, momentum as possible. Again, I've got myself caught up into beating that logbook, and I'm like, man, I got to take a few steps back here and eliminate some of that momentum and that Yankee cranky stuff that I had gotten into, and clean it up a little bit and rebuild. So that's exactly what we are doing. Again, taking more of that, kind of neutral grip, underhanded approach here, and eliminating as much momentum as possible. Again, don't get me wrong, there are certain movements in which momentum, like that last chest supported row, I'm totally cool with. But for the most part, we are like on something like this, like a pull down, trying to eliminate as much of that momentum as possible. So again, 2 working sets here, felt really, really good. Then we have some assisted pull-ups. This one is, again, much more tailored towards the lats. We have the hands just about shoulder width, maybe slightly outside shoulder width here. Really getting that deep stretch on the way down and actually coming up a little higher than I was in the past. So we actually added a little bit of assistance to this bad boy, kept the reps a little bit higher. I believe our top set here was like 50 pounds of assistance for 11 reps. Something like that, something around that. And then we did a back off set where it was 60 pounds of assistance for like 13. And that felt really, really good with these assisted pull-ups, because I was doing like 20 pounds of assistance for like 8. And I could tell my range of motion at the top was not very good. I wasn't getting enough of a deep enough stretch on the way down. And again, I don't want to like overcomplicate things, make it sound too sciencey, but but I just wanted to perform the exercises better. That's all. And again, I just am kind of going back to my roots of, really trying to get the most out of every single rep. And I felt like for a little while there, I kind of wasn't. So anyways, then moved into rear delts. This one, again, a little bit of a drop of weight, but we're actually bringing the handles back a little bit further than we were. And we adjusted the angle a little bit to where I am actually, the seat is a little bit lower. So it actually put even more emphasis on the rear delts here. Again, top set, back off set, setup here. Felt really, really good. Didn't have to drop the weight a substantial amount, to be honest. So again, I definitely put on some good strength. But this felt really, really good. So I was super, super happy with this top set for sure. And like I said, back off set was to follow. And what you'll see here, you can see the camera start to tip. We had cable curls, did 4 working sets here, and you'll see all of 1 rep. See you in the outro. Quick outro here. Pull B session in the freaking books. And man, she was a beauty. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Very challenging workout, mind you. But awesome stuff all the same. Gotta love it, man. It was an absolute blast. Absolute frackin' blast. Got to love it. Awesome stuff. So, yeah, great session. Really digging going back to more of that controlled style while still having some of those movements in there where it's, I don't want to call it grip it and rip it, but like a controlled grip it and rip it kind of thing. That's a good way to think about it. Really enjoyed working in some of those really enjoyed working in some of those longer stretches today, like in that pull down variation and all that, like really getting the deep stretch. Same thing with that single arm cable row. It just felt good. It feels good in a freaking tough way, put it that way. And that's exactly what I want it to be, man. I want it to feel great in a very, very challenging way. So anyways, again, I'm almost home. I had to stop off and get some pool supplies and all that. And then I was talking to my wife on the phone. So this outro is going to be very, very quick, but thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video and you have not subscribed already, make sure that you do. We are still on the road to 1,000 subs. We will get there, but we are still on that road currently. Okay. If you have not already, well, I already said that. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, of course. Come on now. Subscribe if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed, man, I know y'all watching. Come on. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Come on. You won't. Or you don't have to if you really don't want to. If you like the video, drop a like on it. If you really like it, drop a share on it. Let your friends know about the Natty Teacher. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback about my diet, about training, about the channel, about anything, please feel free to leave those down in the comments section below. But guys, I'm about to pull in. So without further ado, from myself, the Natty Teacher, and from the whole Natty family, most importantly, God bless. And this episode of Road to Natty Pro is out. I will catch y'all in the next one.